All right, good morning, friends. How's everybody doing? Guys, gals, women, children, I hope everybody's well. We got a job to go to here. It's a nice job. It's actually sentimental, if that makes any sense. To me it is. It's a tree that I've worked in. I've known the tree for years. And new folks have moved in. And they're taking it out. That's just how it goes sometimes. What do you do? So I'm just picking my arsenal. That's the thing about this. You know, friends, I'm just sitting here thinking in my mind. You guys know how I talk about bettering ourselves as people, humans. Personally, friends, all I wanted to do after I came out of my dark place in '97 and the previous 10 years to that, I made a decision that I was going to be happy, not only as a person and in my, just at peace, you know, but in my work. Because I was a worker and I wanted to work, but I wanted to make a decent wage and just be happy. Just to be happy to go to work and do my job. And that was really important to me. And all I knew, and some of you have heard this before, all I knew was that I was happy on a power saw. I know that sounds crazy. I know there's 5,000, 10,000, hundreds of thousands of men looking at me right now going, yeah, I like running a power saw too. But to just go from what I was doing to wanting to make your living on a power saw, it didn't matter. The fact was I'd made the decision that I was going to be happy at my work. So I thought, well, I'm going to be a power saw man. So whatever that entails, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to stay the course. I'm not going to throw on the suspenders and think, throw a power saw over my shoulder and think that's what I do. No. I was going to go to the places where these activities happen, dryland sorts, firewood sites, logging, and just go there and get in their faces, right? Show up for life. I talk about it a lot. Show up, put some time in. So I worked for guys for free. You know, mentors, guys that I respected. I would just show up and say, hey, you know, you need a hand or whatever, and I'd do this and do that and whatever, right? I'd always kind of been around the industry. All my buddies did tree work, not logging, not falling, tree service. All my guys I grew up with here. One of my best friends that I went to kindergarten, elementary school with, he put me up my first tree. Troy, I love you, brother. He put me up my first tree. And Tyler Haslam, my buddy, went to school. He lives right, I could throw a rock and hit his house. He lives right there. Rita and his girl are best friends. They've been, you know what I mean? So it's a close-knit community that way. And everybody was doing trees. But I was busy doing something else. I was busy I was on a bad road. So, but when I decided, sorry, this is going a little long, but when I decided that I was going to be a power saw man, I went down kind of the logging road, the fallen end of things. Firewood. I started out doing firewood. I just wanted to be my own man. I didn't want to work for a big company. I just didn't. But I did in the beginning because I needed to feed my family. So I worked for the big green guys there for a while. But that didn't last. I didn't like the way they were doing business. And it was taking the fun out of my joy. It was taking the fun out of my joy. You know? So I quit. And opened up Buck and Billy Ray's Tree Service. And that's how this was spawned. And all of a sudden, my life changed. It changed. So I guess what I'm kind of getting at is, you guys hear me talk about manifestation and thinking about where you're going, right? Friends, I am standing here right in front of you right now, telling you that I have done this manifestation thing, this creating many times in my life, in different areas. But this one has been the biggest. It has. It's been the biggest. Wanting to be a power saw man, living on a power saw, and going down that road and staying the course, because happiness was in the saw for me and the bush. So I speak of, you know, tree workers and loggers are different specimens. Well, they are. Fallers I'm talking about, okay? we just are. That's why there's always questions. Why do you use a long bar? Why this and why that? Well, friends, it's the way it is. So yeah, what a journey it's been. And we've just begun, friends. We've just begun. So if you want to do something in your life, not necessarily be a sawman, but start putting it on the front burner. Slide it back from the back burner on the stove. Slide it around to the front burner. Always have it on simmer back there at all times, but bring it over to the front burner sometimes and crank up the heat and manifest it. If it's what you think about and that's what you're going to do, then it'll happen. It's bound to. Let's go to work. All right. Let's get this skanky old chain off here on this old 51. I want to buck with the 51 a bit today. I got a full house chain here. I think there's a broken tooth off of it too, maybe. Before I go on, I'm going to check my bar, friends. Always check your bar when you're going to throw a chain on. You've got your bar off. May as well just check and see what side you've been running. Looks like that side. Yeah, see, this side's the outside, which is a plugged up bar hole. So it come off like this, which means bar oil's been running, working good through there. So I flipped my bar, friend. There's not a lot of bucking that's being done on this. So, but still, I make it a habit. Clean out the bar rails. Look at all that gunk coming out of there. Do this every time you swap a chain out or take your bar off. Every time. Look at that goop. Look at it all. There's a ton of it in there, friends, okay? Pop that out of there. Clean your bar hole rails. Right? Get that out of there. And flip your bar. You're going to wear evenly this way. Where's my glasses? There we go. Okay, so we flip the bar. Now we're going to wear evenly. See? Chain on. And a fairly good sized fir tree to take out today. I love Pioneer, the way they're so simple. Everything's so simple with Pioneer. The clutch is there, you know, everything's right there. The sprocket, there's nothing is hard about Pioneer. What do we got? Oh, this may be, I may need to, actually, I think that's why I had that like that, because I haven't done the other side of the bar yet. So what I'm doing is right now is I'm going to take the bar rails. You'll notice them. The bar holes. See, this one has been brought down a bit. I filed it down because it doesn't, see, this one's just straight up round. I got to go up a bit so the bar adjuster will fit in. So that's all I'm doing right now. So my adjuster from the Pioneer fits in the organ bar. Okay? Not much, just a bit. Let's make sure we're in before we get too excited here. We'll just put these on. If you have a hard time getting your bar nuts on, get a wire brush, friends, or blow your studs out. They get goopy with air, you know, sawdust and oil. Gets all mixed in there and that. So this is how you tell. You give it a slide back and forth. We're in. See? It won't go. It's in. We're in, friends. Okay? So now, bar tension. Now, what I had to do with this power saw bar to get it to go on these studs, because it's a bigger stud, is I had to file out the bar groove. Okay, friends? The hole, right? Now, this thing is so... Look at, there's no play, look. Oh, there is a little bit in this one. Good. See that little bit of play? This is what we do. Watch. So the bar's just sitting there, okay? I want you guys to see this, all right? Yeah, good. There you go. That's a very nice view. Setting up for the morning, okay? So there it is. I want you to watch something. So say you're just putting your bar together here. Let's tighten it up. Boom, boom, boom. We're almost there. See it there, friends? Boop. There. It just hit the bottom of the rail. That's as tight as I go. That's it. But watch what happens when the tip goes up. See the slack? I just had to pull it because it was in the groove. See? There's slack there now. And then when you drop it, see the slack goes away? Notice that? Watch again. There it is. It's there, friends. It's just that I've got it tighter to show you. Okay? You know what I'm saying. It loosens off. See? There it is. You can see it. Drop it. See, it won't do this now. It won't come off now. See? Look. Right? But when I lift the bar up, it gets loose. We all know this. So lift your tip up, reach in here, grab your adjuster, and just go like this. Squeak. That's it. I'm done. That's as tight as I run it. That's it. That's how I've always run my stuff. Bear Claw showed me that years ago. And I used to go tighter before, but I stopped doing that. There we go. Okay. See you on site.
Friends, good morning. We are so excited to be on this job right now. But anyways, this chain, we're just getting prepared. But this chain, there's another cut or two in it. You can see it. It's wiped right out. But I do a video on reviving that old chain. And I'll throw it up if you're interested. Let me know in the comments if you want to see little techniques to kind of get this thing back when you think you're toast. I got some good little programs for that. To get that last dollar out of that chain, so to speak. Okay, we're just about down on site cutting.
Big old chunk of pitch. Cedar pitch, actually. Here. It's a Carlton gauge. Now, I'd like to get you guys a little closer on this. Okay, look at the freaking chain. I mean, look at it. So, here's what's important about this ordeal. I'm going to take you out again and show you this. Because, friends, this is stuff that'll make your day go good or bad. Here's the chain. Let's look at it this way. It gives us more to look at. Side view, okay? Here we are. Okay. There's our side. Look at the other side. That side, it's freaking like almost gone. Okay. So good hook. Let's go to the other side. Let's take a look. Oops. There we go. See? There she be. There she be. There she be. Okay, very similar, if not the same hook, but this side of the chain, friends, is, look at that tooth. It's past the line. I took that one past. This one back here, look, it's quite a bit bigger. Okay? So, especially, wait a minute. You get these, they're sharp. Okay, the corners are freaking sharp. Okay, now, but what's very important right now is raker height. You will chatter around like a jackhammer if you don't get this straight, and that's no fun. Now I'm just sticking with my old plan. But you notice that one was way up in the air, right, friends? Okay, friends, we're set. It's a good sized job. But the nice thing about this job, friends, is they're gonna let old Billy Ray we're gonna try these Adirondack handles that I've been, axes that I've been making today, tomorrow, the next day, over the weekend, whatever. Which is funny when you think about it. The whole bucking just wants to split, so that's fine with me. So we got some nice axes. That big Walters that I showed, these are two. As a matter of fact, this sold to a very, very good man on the channel. So we're set up, we're going. We got, Sonny, how's our gas? See you on site, friends. So, friends, we just showed up at our job here, and now, who have we got here? Is that Bryson? Is that Bryson? Bryson, you're just about the cutest guy in Cedar now. I thought I was, and you've come in and ruined the show for me. You cute little guy, you?
You say hi?
You say hi?
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny? You guys actually look alike. You two. So he is like the total schmitten of the both of yous. Hi, Bryson. Hi, buddy.
Say hi.
What a cutie.
Say good morning.
Friends, everybody say hi to Nicole.
Hello?
Kyle?
Yeah.
Yes! And Bryson. Okay, we're going to go look at some trees. Yep. That's a pretty big tree. Friends, you know what the cool thing is? This is a property that I've been on quite a few times. Literally.
Knock that cedar over.
Okay, I used to deliver firewood here, friends, like for 20 years. In that shed, I used to roll down in this driveway, right, like I just did. And I used to roll down and get put firewood into that shed. Her name was Elena Evanson. And she was a darling. And her dad, I went to school with her sister. It's my neighborhood, right? This is my neighborhood. So, but they've moved in. They got little kids. These trees are big. There has been breakage now and again in this one. I didn't do this to it. I actually came in and spiral thinned this big tree years ago. And you can see it actually still. It worked out very nice. And look at the foliage. It took really nicely to the spiral. And then somebody came in and stripped it up. And what happens when you do that is foliage goes really, really intensely thick. You see what I mean, friends? Like I left limbs like starting here and I started working my way through up. There's like a 50, not quite 50, probably a 40-foot stem of limbs that I had left. It was a beautiful specimen. We used to just drive by it and think, wow. And it turned out lovely. But then somebody came in and stripped all the limbs off. And then, of course, they get heavy in foliage. It's like a hedge, friends. Any piece of greenery, tree, woody debris, it's just a big hedge. If you top it, the lower stuff's going to get thicker. If you strip it, you're sending energy straight to the crown, which is not a good ordeal. Stripping up trees is not good. So, but the ordeal, friends, it's a big job. It's a great big job. You know, there's lots of stuff. Isn't there, Sonny?
Yeah.
You know, so there's a process. We're going to open up the center, grab this big one in the center. I got a couple of different phones. We're going to do a time lapse for you. We're going to get the best footage. Now, the nice thing about this, friends, is, yeah, they need the wood split. So I don't think they know yet. Well, mind you, they're probably watching the channel. Sometimes we're going to come down. The Bucking Army's going to come down and we're going to split some of this wood for them, friends. Okay. So you guys are going to play a part of that. There's steel in this tree. I see it. Look. And this is big knotty wood. Some of this will be tough splitting. See that piece of steel right there?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Where do you think you're going?
Cut that cedar up, I think, first of all.
What do you mean? You're just some faller, dude? Showing up. Look at them all sauntering down there. So, you're going to kick this thing over? Where, down in the corner here?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because we should get this out of the way, really, friends. And then I've got a bunch of room, a huge yard here to slap a pretty good-sized top in here if I want. Mind you, I'm going where the wind tells me I'm going. So, good-sized stem. It's good. So, it's all going. Everything's going. Yeah, so what have you got here? I guess I may as well just... Where's my kid? Look at the kid just jumps right at it. Doesn't wait for nothing. He's hungry. So what's your plan? In the corner?
Yeah, probably just shoot for that little rusty oil barrel thing down there.
Okay.
Shoot for the corner.
Then I'll just film you and then I'll get on the climb.
As much as I can, yeah. Probably cut from this side. Don't much matter.
Got wind up.
Coming back, actually.
It is, yeah. Dalmar. Should fire. Pretty good, kid. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Hey, Dayton, are you watching? Boy's doing good. He's doing real good. Looking pretty cut up. Got a breeze up. Doubling up works really good, friends. See, he's cut up, and friends, cedar pulls wood like mad. Like, you see it lift? It's just lifting like mad because that's what cedar does. There, it's gone. Okay? So nice shot, son. Well done. Nice job.
Hinge?
Yeah, very nice, buddy. Very nice job. And not only...
Didn't go too deep this time, I don't
No,
think.
you know what? I noticed that. You were thinking about it, weren't
Yeah,
you?
I was.
I saw that. And you know what? You started further over on that side of the tree.
Yeah.
That was a good job, buddy. I think that's some of your finest work to date, to be honest.
Well, we got the back catalogs. We can go watch.
Well, no, I'm telling you, because I've watched every tree you've cut down almost. And I'm telling you, that was some of your finest work.
Yeah, I'm taking the time to make sure I'm not going too deep. That was my worst habit, was I'd always end up, the front of my hinge would be where the back of my hinge is usually.
Yeah, you really did go deep. And I'm so happy to see that you didn't just do that.
Yeah.
So, nice job. I can't
really dark wood.
It is, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Really dark.
Yeah. Yeah. Very nice.
A lot. You should try this thing out.
Yeah, that's a nice clobber and axe. This stuff pulls wood, friends. It pulls wood. You don't have to cut it right up. So basically, Hogan made a stump and banged it over. You're darn level, buddy. I'm the bent one. Okay, let's bone her out.
Yeah.
Hi, Bryson. What do you think, buddy?
That was neat.
He did a nice job, hey, young fella?
You liked it.
He likes that downpour, friends. We'll get this pulled out. See what we got here, right, friends? Like it's not pretty. They've all been topped. Bucket's going after this thing. It's a good sized stem. I'll go get geared up.
Here we are. Pretty decent sized fir tree right in the middle of the yard. All style points here. Mr. Billy Ray's worked in this tree a couple times before.
I have actually. This tree was spiral thinned and then somebody came in and stripped up the foliage. I shared that earlier. Friends, when you're climbing any stem, just one little pointer to fresh climbers or whatever. Look at that. That's sap. Amazing stuff. Climb the back side of the stem. I'm on the underside, see?
Yeah.
So it's tough.
See, it's leaning kind of out there.
It's tougher to climb the underside.
So you're hanging off the bottom.
Climb around the
This
backside.
whole stem's a little kinky, so I gotta go start the old time lapse.
Oh, sorry, friends.
There we go. So yeah, you can see that he's probably gonna be able to go up and maybe take a couple limbs off and then let a pretty good sized top go and then let a pretty good sized stem go. So that's the plan. Fucking Billy Ray climbing a tree. Fancy that. Up he goes. I'll come back on once he's at the top. At the top now, getting ready to start taking some limbs off. The rain has joined us for this afternoon.
I think this will fit in there.
Oh, it'll fit in there 100%. From where you're at.
I'll strip the back.
Yeah. Send it this way towards that cedar stump.
I'd like all our foliage on the low side. I might. It's gonna make way more sense for it down there to leave this clear.
I guess, yeah.
Because all that's coming in. We're gonna be traipsing in and out of here.
So you're thinking shoot it down this way.
Explain the thought process on that.
We don't want all our foliage up in there because all this is gonna end up in there, so we'll be doubling down on that. Yeah, that'll fit if you shoot it right for the corner.
That's what I'm thinking.
Couple limbs coming off now. They're big zephyrus. He's blowing them too, it's coming sideways. So he's continuing along there. Getting near the top now, just stripping the back side of the foliage off. He should be ready to take a top pretty quick here. Come down a ways after he strips this foliage off. Sorry about the rain if it's getting on the lens and stuff. I reckon that thing will be ready to go pretty quick. Good sized tree. Well, I missed the top. I was grabbing stuff out of the truck. It came out nice. I think the time lapse got it coming off, but I missed it, so that sucks, but there he is. Up the pole. It is just coming down now. Anyways, I'll get him flopping one out here. Didn't even see that. Hiding under the shed, trying to stay dry here. Deadly. And I think that's it for Mr. Bucket Billy Ray up there.
Literally, did you see that?
That was crazy. Right as soon as we got in the truck, it was just like...
I got home, Nicole, and my gutters were like,
pouring.
yeah, over my roof, like it was nuts.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh my god, thank God you got down when you did.
I know. So, anyways, friends, Gandy's going to go up and get this outside one. This is our last specimen. It's kind of the worst one. There's nothing within limits of approach. It's like the hydro. We just have to get this one out first, this little guy, before we can get this, because the foliage is behind. So you don't want to be trying to rip something out of foliage. You want clean spots. Hooked up, Sonny. So he's got a good size top. You got somebody on the, yeah, just wait there. So what I got, friends, so I can film, is I got a running bow line to the fence. Just, you don't need a ton of pole, because we stripped off that 800 pounds of limbs hanging off the side there. Friends, this is going to be a good series. This is going to be a great job. There's axes we get to test down here. There's going to be some hand splitting videos. There's much more tree cutting to go on. We're excited to be here. The folks are nice. And believe it or not, friends, how we price this job, you guys are involved in that. Yep. The messengers of kindness, the freaking super chatters, the whole channel, YouTube, we're all involved in this job. Believe me, we are. And you know what I'm saying. See you guys tomorrow.